This 37-year-old woman, identified as Udogo Chinelo in Akwa, the state Anambra State capital, has been arrested for beating a 3-year-old granddaughter to death and dumped her remains in the bush. According to the spokesperson of the National Agency for Prohibition of Trafficking in Persons and Other Related Matters, NAPTIG command in the state, said that the suspect, that is this woman, was arrested in a primary school in Akwa, where she had earlier enrolled the victim and had gone to collect back the school fees she paid for the late daughter, the granddaughter. And while being questioned on the whereabouts of the victim, she declared that the victim had died. God, honestly, things are happening. So, NAPTIC officer revealed that the suspect claimed that the disease was reported to have died on the 29th of September 2022. And according to this wicked grandmother, she said she beat this toddler, some days ago and left marks on her body because the toddler, pooed or defecated in a bucket they used in having their bath at home. So, and then when she was asked her relationship, what is her relationship with this, dead toddler, she said that the toddler is a child, is a daughter to her own child, that the suspect claimed she was her grandchild, and that her 19-year-old daughter gave birth to the child 3 years ago and abandoned the baby for her afterwards. Guys, this is wickedness of the highest order. Wickedness of the highest order. So, then the suspect later now led the operatives of NAPTIC to the scene where she disposed of the body of the victim. And on arrival at the scene, the victim's decomposing body was found wrapped in a black nylon bag where the suspect dumped her in the bush. Guys, she said, I beat her. Now I'm quoting her words. She said, I beat her and she started convulsing. So I took her to hospital. Getting there, she died. So I threw her body here. Honestly, there are things that they are unbelievable, when you hear it. This woman, who happens to be grandmother to this toddler, after beating the child to death, but before then, the school where she enrolled this little toddler had always been noticing marks, scars on the body of this little child. She would beat this child and give her marks, leave scars on her body. So it wasn't okay with her because of the way the school normally ask her, query her, why is this little girl having marks on her body and, yada, 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 sort of. So she didn't like the idea. Then eventually when they stopped seeing this little girl, in the school, then she started coming for the money she paid. Can you imagine? So the death of this little girl is not even touching her. It doesn't even matter to her. She started coming to the school where she enrolled this little girl to come and collect back the school fees she paid previously before she gave this little girl R.I.P. And eventually the school started suspecting something, something that is not adding up. So they reported the matter to the police. And then, so she was invited. A sort of bait was set for her. She came on that particular date, at the 5th of October 2022, and that was where she was nabbed. She was apprehended, and that is where she started making this confession. But before then, it was said that she had already told somebody, a man, that the child is dead, and she doesn't want to make any official report so that she wouldn't get into troubles. So right now, the hand of the government or hand of the law has met her, and we hope she'll be penalized accordingly. In fact, she needs to pay dearly for this her, very wicked act. May God help us.